Hello, welcome to another Daily Digest video. I'm Merriam today. I am continuing to play some more Modern, and I'm playing with an Eldrazi deck that is, rather than colorless or Bant or the other variants we've seen, is just mono red, and that lets it play a neat little utility land here on where Battlements. We've got 4 copies of Garrison, 4 copies of Battlements. Hopefully we'll get to make some writhing townships here. As far as this opening hand goes, we have one half of the combo. Pretty mana-heavy hand, but Mind Stone will canter eventually. We have a Temple, which is really important. So this is actually going to double accelerate, lead to a turn 3 Smasher. So I've got like turn 1 Relic, turn 2 Mind Stone, turn 3 Hangerback for 2, turn 3 Smasher, turn 4 Hangerback for 2 still, yeah. But that seems good enough to me. Turn 3 Smasher is just not something I plan on ever giving up. So keep that. Opponent goes to 6. Great. My Stircon's still out of date. Just so out of date. Haven't updated that in so long. Scry to the top. And we are off. What are you doing, Misty Rainforest? This could be a lot of things. Infect, Elves, any sort of company deck. Now I'm guessing Infect. It's not great. Okay, well. Breeding Pool Llanowar Elves. That is not a combo I have seen before. There's a green-white elves, green-black elves, Jund elves. I've seen green-red elves. I've literally never seen Breeding Pool with Llanowar elves. So I wonder what they're playing. Ooh, there's the other part of the combo, but this is not a matchup where that, I think, happens very often. If they are an elf deck, what would they be splashing for? The Pauper Elf deck plays a Distant Melody, but I don't think that's a card you would play in Modern. I don't know. Well, I'll get my Temple down there and play a Relic, which is not very good. I imagine I will be cycling it on turn 2 with the Mind Stone. Pretty efficient way to cycle a Relic with a Mind Stone. Let's hope they do not have Elvish Archdruid. Okay, Soul Tiles. So that suggests Shaman of the Pack. What did I just say? Bolt, please. Ugh, another Garrison. Honestly, this is not... Mulligan? I don't think Reality Smasher is really going to get there. So I don't even want to Mind Stone. I honestly think I want to just crack this Relic and hope to find a removal spell for this Archdruid. With 4 bolts and 2 dismembers. And that's not unreasonable. I think that's our best chance of winning this game. I mean, worst case scenario, we just play a Garrison the next turn or something, or Mind Stone, Hangerback for 1. I don't know, and start, because we're going to have to be playing defense. So getting offensive here, I don't think is what I want to do. Bolt, please. Another Relic. Okay, well, let's hope they do not explode too hard with this Archdruid, but having played Elves a fair amount myself, I'm not too confident. Took a very risky line there. Please have tapped. Okay. Untapped would mean they're definitely spearing their hand. But I guess they just can do it without even... Oh, and Zuri... And then just nothing? Okay, they just have another land in their hand, but that doesn't matter. So they have 4 elves. They're able to pump once by tapping the Archdruid, and that gives them an attack for 16. And I'm at 18 now. So I'm not dead. Honestly, if they have a land in hand and I can find a removal spell, for the Azuri, I might be able to do something. Now I'm in an awkward spot where I'm... Oh, I guess I am able to pop this Relic and then maybe just play a Hangerback. That only soaks up 1 damage, but it leaves me another blocker for the next turn. So if I I play Hangerback and they don't draw anything, which I'm pretty sure I need them to not draw anything. I take 15 trample, go to 3, and then even a second blocker, you might roll off a bolt and a second blocker, and I can live. Whereas finding a bolt or a dismember here, especially dismember, is really important. Yeah. I guess I can play the battlements first. And if I draw a reshaper, that's better than the Hangerback. That is a removal spell that is a little too expensive and uncastable. Okay, well, if they brick and we draw a removal spell, we still can win. But it has to be Bolt. Oh, I can't even Bolt plus Garrison, though. Okay, so now I think I'm dead. And I definitely can't beat just another elf, yeah. Yeah, they had the land in hand. They drew the elf that turn. I'm just dead. Yeah, without the other red source. Well, gave myself a chance to win. Dug for some removal spells, couldn't find them. This bonfire card seems great, though. As does this Grafdigger's Cage card. As does this Endbringer card. And I probably just want a Braid, too. You might think about bringing Chalice here, but I think with a Cage and 4 bolts already, I don't want Chalice. Chalice also isn't great against a lot of Elves decks if they have Cavern. It's hard to get it down underneath their 1-drops. Most of the things you care about aren't 1-drops anyway, and they have Cavern. So I don't actually think Chalice is that good. Definitely bringing out those relics. And I don't think Chandra is very good. I also don't think this is a matchup for Garrison. There's a growing theme in these videos. I keep trying to play like a new deck with a cool card in it, and I just play a matchup where that card is really bad. I definitely want Mind Stones to accelerate to the high end. Definitely want Thought Knots. I think Reshaper is better than Garrison as far as these go. Walker also just doesn't seem very good. Okay. I don't think we're going to get into a point where I get to trade it, make a bunch of 1/1s, then trade off all those 1/1s. If that happens, sure, it's great, but I don't think that really happens very often. Maybe I'm just supposed to cut all these Hangerbacks. Because a Garrison blocks pretty well, even if they have an Archdruid in play as a 2/3, and can turn the corner really quickly just with battlements. And I'm going to want to spend the first 2 turns of the game just playing removal spells anyway. Playing a Hangerback for 1 on turn 2, I don't really think does anything. This is more for Jundi kind of matchups. So let's cut Hangerbacks and relics. I don't want this Pithing Needle. I guess you could Pithing Needle Azuri, but when they showed me black mana, they told me their list was Shaman of the Pack, and those lists usually only have 1 to 2 Azuri. Just so happened my opponent drew it and get 1. And we have removal for that. If they were a green-white list, then the Pithing Needle would be good. It would hit not only Azuri, but potentially Devoted Druid. Yes, so we'll play first. And these bonfires are, 1, not supposed to be on my hand. They're supposed to be on top of my deck. And I'm supposed to have mana to cast them. Just send that one back. How many red sources are in my deck? I have 2 Gemstone Caverns, which aren't red sources here. I have Ramanap Ruins and 5 Mountains. I only have 9 red sources and 2 Simian Spirit Guide. That seems a little low, as I accidentally maximize that. I only have 9. Makes me wish the artifact was like a red talisman or something as opposed to Mind Stone. To get more red mana. If I find a red source, this hand's pretty good. Turn 2 Braid, turn 3 some things, but it's not great. It doesn't accelerate at all. And I need to find a red source, which is unlikely, right? I'm 1 in 6 off the top. So, I mean, in 2 draws, I'm approximately 1 minus 5 to 6 squared, which is 11 out of 36. So, I'm a little bit better than that, but not much. A little under a third to find a red source for the turn 2 Braid. That just doesn't seem good enough. Okay, well, we have this Bonfire in hand, which isn't great, and we have an expensive card, but we have red mana, 2 lands, and a Braid, so that's a great start. And Bonfire for 1 might be good enough, if I can, like, a Braid and Archdruid, so I'm definitely keeping this on 5, and definitely scrying a 5-drop to the bottom. And I will play Remnant Ruins. So with so few other red sources, it's really unlikely to even sacrifice Remnant Ruins in this deck. So it's pretty much worse than a mountain, right? Okay, well, am I going to follow the advice I've so vociferously lobbied for and bolt the bird? I think this is a corner case scenario where I don't. With a Bonfire in hand and I really want to kill an Archdruid, I think I have to wait. We'll see how badly I get punished. Two basic forests. So that is a weird start for showing me 3 colors in game 1. Ooh. Huh. Huh. My instinct is to abrade the Elvish Mystic in response to this Dwynen's Elite so they don't get a token. They can obviously float a green mana in response and play another 1-drop. I sneakily suspect that the 1-drop they want to play after this is Heritage Druid. And if I do not abrade, then they get to Heritage Druid and make 3 mana. But that 3 mana could be for an Archdruid that I want to kill. Especially given that they don't have colored mana for Shaman of the Pack or whatever their blue splash is for. And I would much rather just let them play the Archdruid and abrade it and leave them with 3 1-toughness creatures in play that I can eventually Bonfire away. So, yeah, I mean, if I haven't killed the Mystic now, abrading it here so they don't get a 1-1 when I didn't kill the Mystic because I have Bonfire to deal with 1-1s. And killing it seems bad, and because I don't get to deprive them of the mana, which is the reason I killed the Mystic in the first place. So I'm going to let this happen. Does not feel great. Yep, classic Heritage Druid. And Archdruid, perfect. Now we get to abrade the Archdruid. Okay, well now I feel smart. Figured it all out. Wisely did not follow my own advice. Land, please. Or the other Bonfire. Okay, well, that will kill another Archdruid at least, but I'm going to take some damage in the meantime. Might hopefully don't fall too far behind on my life total before I get to Bonfire and clear some of these elves away. I am taking a risk and leaving them with that Heritage Druid, but they already have a bunch of mana. Okay, I mean, maybe they just didn't have a land, and now I feel bad for letting them company, but, you know, the fact that they were going to have company with a land, even if I killed Heritage Druid, makes that an unappealing line. Huh. Not sure I've seen that before out of an elf deck. Yeah, 6 cards on the bottom. Okay, then. And I take note. Basilisk Collar. That's kind of good. Look, lets them attack with their other elves, I guess. I don't know. But do I now bolt this Dwynen's Elite? That seems poor. Ugh, I'm just going to be stuck on 2 lands with this Bonfire? I just need another land. I think if they collar up the Dwynen's Elite and attack, then I'll kill the Dwynen's Elite. Okay. And that is what they're doing. This is highly suggesting that they don't really have more like big threats in their hand. And I do want to preserve my life total a bit here as I try to draw some lands. Oh, come on, deck. Why are you doing this to me? What have I ever done to you? I'm so close. Now they just... Okay. That could be bad. I wonder if the blue splash is for... Okay, they're just playing Coiling Oracle. Yeah, I probably should have figured that out. That's fine, though. They found Chord of Calling. Gross. Oh, no. Okay. They're casting it now. Please don't find an Archdruid. Please don't find an Archdruid. Please don't find an Archdruid. Just shaman me. Just 6 me. I know you want to. I'm so close to dead. Oh, they're getting Eternal Witness. Okay, so they get to buy something back. That makes some sense. They're getting back the Collected Company. Okay. Okay, land, please. Just draw land. Yes! Even so, it's the worst land. I don't care. Choose a player. They're going to feel really silly about slamming that chord. Okay, we have a shot now. We have a shot. They have a Collected Company, an X in hand that doesn't seem like it's a land. Although, I'm not sure what it could be. Let's snap off another land. They played a fetch land yet? Okay, I'm pretty sure we just saw 3 shock lands in game 1. Now we've seen basic shock, 3 basic shock land. Okay, they just had another Oracle. That makes sense that they had a bunch of Oracles that they couldn't cast because they didn't have blue mana. Found a Mystic, that's fine. So they still have this Coco. Which isn't doing a whole lot. Hopefully I can find a... once I find this 4th land, hopefully I can find a Temple soon and get up to these Endbringers. And those should take over the game. But as is... I guess I'm best playing this Reshaper, because if they collar for whatever reason, I'm just going to want to trade the Reshaper and maybe hit more lands to get to these Endbringers faster. Okay, another land. Happy with that. And they do have Cavern, which continues to validate my not bringing in the chalices. Let's see what this company hits. Dwynen's Elite, pretty good. And Shaman. Hopefully, I imagine they will stack these correctly and get the token before the Shaman trigger happens. And that will drop me to 8. Yes. Okay. Ooh, no attack. Okay. Kind of happy to see that, actually, because now I have to trade with whatever they equip next turn. I definitely would have liked an equip on Oracle and an attack. Okay, well, that one's not great, but let's just... Oh, it didn't make red yet. Okay. Definitely getting a little punished for having to pay 4 life off these Revenant Ruins to play my red spells. But... because we are well in Shaman range at this point. 2nd Shaman range, I guess. That is... Ugh. Am I just dead now? Pretty dead. Okay, well, moving that collar doesn't make a lot of sense because I'm trading for the Shaman with Reshaper anyway. Although, it's gross now. Because I've taken this 4 damage, I have to block both 3 toughness things, which means this Garrison is just jumping. and I'm going to 1, so I can't cast a top deck Bonfire. So I actually think my only way to get back in this game is to hit Mountain off this Reshaper, then top deck Bonfire, and clear their board at 1 life. Okay, that's a 5-outer into a 1-outer. I have 48 cards, so 5 out of 48 times 1 out of 47. 48 times 47 is 2,500 minus 150 plus 6. So 2356. So we're at 5 out of 2356. 1 in 471.2. Not bad. Come on, Mountain. At least let me sweat a bit. Oh, thought not. That's not going to be good. Well, I'm dead. Yeah, just too inconsistent on the mana here. Obviously, like a Mull to 5 doesn't help, but the deck's mana base seems pretty weak with the number of red cards in the deck and the fact that you want red mana early. I think turning the Mind Stones into a source of red mana would be valuable, and maybe just playing some other like red pain lands, other sources of red/colorless mana. Or Grove of the Burn Willows is probably still just a fine one, even and giving your opponent some life. That way you don't have too many pain lands. Instead of like Gemstone Caverns, there's 2 of these. You can easily turn at least 1. Maybe you don't need the Seagate Wreckage, things like that. But I was just short on red mana. I think if I Bonfire earlier and then start landing Garrison and stuff, I'm in a lot better shape, but unable to do that. And I have been felled. Even though my opponent bricked completely on a Collected Company. Bricked completely. Still just not good enough. But, you know, Elves is a good deck. I think it's kind of sneaky good right now, but, you know, I might be a little biased. Either way, hope you enjoyed watching that one, and you can come back and see me on Wednesday. Bye.